that was Halloween 2 theme music um, by John Carpenter. So, I have something special today. Just want to make sure you guys can see me live on both the channels, on both the platforms. One side we have our good old TryHack, our good old Twitch, and the other side I have YouTube. And looks like I'm there on both. Okay, awesome. So today we are, as you can see, right, the glasses are on. We are going to do hacking today, and we are not just going to do any hacking. We are doing something. One of my favorite, basically one of the softwares I always wanted to touch and master in the hacking field, Metasploit. And today we are working on the exploitation part of it. Because we covered like the basics, what are payloads, what are exploits, and some like general terminology. But now we are moving towards hacking. And let me just share my screen here. Okay. So where? Here. Okay. So we have Metasploit exploitation, right? And let's just start going forward with it because I don't see anything. Everything else is working fine, so that's good. Using Metasploit for scanning, vulnerability assessment, and exploitation. This is an easy room for 20 minutes, so we should be able to complete in one sitting. In this room, we will learn how to use Metasploit for vulnerability scanning and exploitation. We will cover how the database feature makes it easier to manage penetration testing engagements with a broader scope. Finally, we will take a look at generating payload with MSF Venom. MSF Venom, if you guys remember, that was by Benedict. It was he saw somebody raised the issue and he helped, and he was one of the pioneers of creating this. So thanks to Benedict, big time. And how to start a Metasploit session on most target platforms. So we have some download task file. Let's see what they will do. More specifically, the topics we will cover are how to scan target systems using Metasploit, just like Nmap and others. How to use Metasploit database features to search for exploits and stuff or whatever else. Conduct a vulnerability scan. Exploit vulnerable machines, vulnerable services on, on target system. How MSF Venom can be used to generate payloads and obtain Metasploit sessions on the target system, which is, I think, our main bread and butter for this. Please note that all questions that you require using a wordless brute force attack, basically the brute force attacks is going to be R1. We will be using the wordless on attack box found the following one. So let's quickly start with that. I have to first connect my OpenVPN. So sudo. Oh, is it not working? What's going on? For some reason, it's not working for me. Okay, whatever. As long as I'm not getting hacked, I don't mind what's going on. Why is hanging though? Any idea anybody else has faced this issue? It was working fine. Can I restart, reset? Okay. Till it resets, let's go forward with the other one. Oh wait, here it is already. Okay, I'm just going to use my Kali. I don't like using attack box because basically with the attack box I have to set a bunch of things and like it's just not my favorite way to do it. And attack box, virtual box is my recommended way as well, and a lot of people do that. Because you have your own tools, you have your own settings. CD desktop and then sudo. Nope, it's not coming out of this. Okay, sudo OpenVPN this Kali. Beautiful. So we are connected to TryhackMe's VPN server. And then let's look at, oh, here. So if you opt to use your own machine, please download the word list by clicking download task files button on to the right. Start attack box and run Metasploit using FFS console command to follow along in this room. So we can just download this, I guess. Here, I'll just put this in the TryhackMe one. I don't mind sharing that. So in the, wait, hold up. Yeah, so this is the TryhackMe. This is all my thumbnails I used over the time. What I'm looking for is the text file. So just sort by date. This is our one, and I have Kali here. So let's see if I can just drag and drop. No. Okay. Drag and drop doesn't work, so maybe I can do control. Drag and drop doesn't work, so control C. Wait, what's going on? Drag and drop usually worked before, if I'm not wrong. Copy. Paste is not there even. Drag and drop application from host to guest file failed. Okay. So I think I have to get something integration scale. Wait. Machine. Any of the settings here might work. Devices, okay, here. Shared folder, shared clipboard, drag and drop, guest to host. Oh, this one. This might work now. Okay, it worked. So you guys can see there's the Metasploit word list we needed. So I'm just going to change it, the fact, like, okay, this is a small one. We don't need a big. Let me rename this. Is word list. That's good enough. Okay. Then we have MSF Venom, right? And MSF console. So let's start that with our system. Oh, don't want to start a new one. Okay, our Metasploit framework is starting. What does it say this time? Metasploit. Oh, Rapid 7 Metasploit, R7. Okay, and as you can see, this is the version 6. I can increase the font a bit. That might help. This is visible to you guys, right? Let me know if it's not. Okay. So we have done this. Let's go. Next one. Scanning. Press start machine button below. So start machine. Port scanning. Metasploit has a number of modules to scan open ports on the target system and networks. You can list potential port scanning modules available using the search port scan command. So basically using the search port scan, we will get all what we needed. Interact with the module by name or index. For example, use 7 or auxiliary, or we can type this auxiliary SAP scanner, SAP router, port scanner. So let's do that. Port scanner. So I have port scanners. This is one and ping back. I don't have many. Interesting. So I'll do use 0. Quit this one. Yeah, and you guys can see auxiliary and the module, not module, exactly the scanner we are using, right? The code or whatever it is. Port scanning modules will require you to set a few options. Show options, right? Module options are these. Concurrency, delay, jitter, PR ports. Okay, we can see all the options that are needed. Number of concurrent ports to check per host. The delay between connections per thread. So if you want to be more like you don't want to get detected by the scanners and all those firewalls, you can put time. The delay jitter factor, maximum value by which 2 plus or minus delay in milliseconds. Ports to scan, we can give the ports, and we can give like settings. Either we can give like 2-3 ports, or like, so in this case 22, 23, 24, 25, 80, and from 110 to 900, all those ports will be scanned. Our host, the target host, basically the IP address, or you can do file, host file with syntax file. Okay. Thread, number of threads, timeout, the socket connection timeout. Okay. Concurrency, or these we read. You can directly perform nmap scan from MSF console prompt as shown below. So we can have nmap as well with all the functions. Okay, if we can have nmap, why I'm using this? Oh, but what is the okay? So we have nmap here, right? We can see all the details of nmap, and 7.94. Okay, perfecto. Now we have nmap. As for information gathering, if your engagement as for information gathering, if your engagement requires a speedier approach to port scanning, Metasploit may not be your first choice. However, a number of modules make Metasploit a useful tool for scanning phase. So, a speedier approach for pirate scanning. Number of modules make Metasploit. Okay, so basically, if you want like nmap directly using or something else, but it has so many available options in tools inside it, it can be still be used very valuably. I love my tea, I just don't have any sugar in it, so it's hard to drink. UDP service identification. The scanner discovery UDP sweep. This module will allow you to quickly identify services running over the UDP, as there are TCP and UDP connections protocols, basically, if you don't know. As you can see below, this module will not conduct an extensive scan of all possible UDP services, but does require a quick way to identify services such as a DNS or net BIOS. So if we do and then we run scanning 13 probes, they have set up their own basically they have set up the IP address already, so they don't have to do a bunch of things. One sec. Want to make sure my self is visible here. Okay. SMB scans. Metasploit offers several useful auxiliary modules that allow us to scan specific services. Below is an example of SMB for the SMB. Especially useful in corporate networks would be SMB and enum shares or SMB version. But please spend some time to identify scanners that a Metasploit version installed on your system offers. Do we have this one? Okay. Search port scanner first. We have WordPress and stuff, but what about just install port scanner? I want to search scanners. I have 736. Okay. SMB scanner. So even with SMB, we have a bunch of these. Okay. Especially useful in corporate networks would be SMB enum shares and SMB version, but please spend some time, right? Auxiliary SMB version, run this. Host is running Windows 7 Professional SP1 server, and then scanner 1 of 1 host, right? And Yeah, execution completed. When performing service scans, it would be important not to omit more exotic services such as NetBIOS. NetBIOS, Network Basic Input Output System, similar to SMB, allows computer to communicate over the network to share and send files to printers. NetBIOS name of the target system can give you an idea about its role and even importance. Example, okay, basically important in the sense like if you get access to the NetBIOS, you will have sales data, you will have a lot more information which somebody wants to print or is just sharing right within the organization, basically like a shared Google Drive or OneDrive of their system. You may also run across some shared files and folders that would be accessed either without a password or protected with a simple password. Administration root. So this is root. Tour is basically root backwards. Okay, remember Metasploit has many modules that can help you have a better understanding of the target system and possibly help you find vulnerabilities. It is always worth performing a quick search to see if there are any modules that could be helpful based on the target system. Okay, this is nice. Like if you are in university or somewhere, right, you guys can basically do a quick, like, so you don't want to pay for those expensive printing, right? Because I know a lot of universities charge a lot of good money for printing and just makes you choke with these things. So let's say if I have scanners, and what's the question exactly? How many ports are open? So I just need to get the port scanner. SAP, WordPress. Mm. And what is this file actually? I want to see. Proxy server refusing connection. Okay, great. If port scanner, I will rather just go with nmap, right? Okay, if I go sudo, so nmap scan will, oh, okay, it's here already. 21 is open FTP SSH NetBIOS Microsoft one, right? DSN 8000 HTTP alternative. Okay, so we have total 5. That's good to know. I like the fact it's already built in. I don't have to change the. Using the relevant scanner, what NetBIOS name can you see? SSN, that's what it means? No, okay. What is running on port 8000, right? And what is the penny user SMB password? Use the word list mentioned in the previous task. Okay. So let's go with search NetBIOS or nmap. SV, or I can give the port too actually. Port will be 139. I'll want to get the version. I want to get, just give that port exactly. Okay. So we have NetBIOS Samba SMB DB 3 or 4 Acme IT support. Okay. Hold this for a second. Not exactly getting the what they want, right? Okay. So what we can do, search. So auxiliary scanner There is this scanner netbios nb name. Okay, that's probably will help me. And there's spoof and all those. Okay, so what I'll go is use to and then what else? Show options. Set our hosts and then run. Let's see if we this is that's the best part about thing Metasploit. Like there's search, you can search anything, you don't have to Google. Their search will do the job for you. My brain hurts today. Should have drank more water. Okay. What do we have here? OX Unix names. Okay. Is the answer Acme IT support? What is running on port 8000? Port 8000. Let's go back. Can I say HTTP alt? What is HTTP alt? No. What is this? Give me port 8000. And what I can do is quickly port 8000. Nope, nothing is coming up. That's fine. Okay, what we have here? WebFS HTTPD. I want to know if I can get the link. WebFS file share, web file share. I think that's the name. 1.2.1. Is that like basically they are running the file share and stuff on it? That's all. There are no messages here, right? Okay, good. I haven't missed any. That's good. FS 1.21. Okay, beautiful. For Penny username, SMB password, use the word less mentioned. Okay, so we have SMB. So not exit. We had, what is the other one? SMB was on port 139, right? No, this is NetBIOS. SMB was on 445. So with 445, if I want to search SMB, there are 436. I want to go like brute force. Okay, exploit OX browser Safari file, no auxiliary admin, MySQL domain accounts, blah blah blah. SMB lookup SID. SMB. Okay, let's see. Server capture, SMB, Windows, SMB, da 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 da, PSX. Web execution. I need to find a way to get Save Windows gathered group policy. Mm. So with SMB, I have like what I can do. Penny SMB password. Authentication. SMB delete download blah blah blah. Windows SMP take over. Okay. Authentication capture no. Anybody know what should I do? Do not close the SMB connection. Use the SMB connection to run the exploit. Okay, this is I'm kind of stuck here now. Brute force. SQLi. So I know the username, I know the service, so attack. Let's see. I need to do a quick hint for this one. I need to understand. SMB login module. Okay. SMB login scanner. Login check scanner. Okay, so I will use 20. But let's quickly look what other people have. Kill Bill, we saw that before. Relay, we saw. Session, we saw. Eternal Blue is there. I think use 20 is the only good one. Within this module, you can open and interact a session. So create session options. Okay. Show options. Required. Yes. Yes. Required. Yes. Our host. So we haven't set up. So I will do set G. And what was the IP address? Do I have it copied? Okay, good. So now this is globally set, right? If we go to options, this should be there now. Oh no, it's not set. Oh, our host. Now this should be good. Okay, required. Yes, 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 yes. I need to give first the path about on lookout anonymous blank password. Okay, brute force speed, create session. Okay, skip, detect any authentication, pass file. That's our one. So set, and I can access my computer as well from here. CD. Okay, it will have a Metasploit word list. Okay, I just need pwd. Okay, Kali Linux desktop Metasploit word list. So I can do set password file. You in user file. I don't have to set up one per line. Okay, I don't have to set up. I just have to type penny for there. Here I just need pass file. Okay. I'm going to move this a bit here and go into my mode. So home Kali desktop Metasploit word list. Okay, beautiful. This is set. So show options. Last one is the username. Try the username as password for all user. File containing usernames per file. Okay. Stop on success. SMB user. I have to set up SMB user. So set SMB user penny, and then let's run. Failed credentialed data will be saved. Data will be saved 2008. So as you can see, this is Penny, the username, and all the passwords that are in the file. I'm assuming it will be at the very end, like around, if there are 20 password, it will be around 15, 17. That's how TryhackMe works all the time. Come on, come on, come on. Failed, 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 failed. How many are there? Do you remember? Quickly, I can check too, right? Desktop. Oh, no mind, there are 200, so I believe it will be around 222. There will be around 190 or 200. Oh, I closed the wrong one. Hold up. One credential was successful. Leo 1234. So here's the thing, it actually quit as soon as it had its first match, right? So that's amazing. Now we have the SMB password and the Leo1234. What they want us to do next? Leo1234. No, wait. LEO. Leo1234. Okay. So now we have Metasploit database. Let's see what this guy wants. While it is not required when interacting with a single target on TryhackMe, an actual penetration testing engagement will likely to have several targets. True. Metasploit has a database function to simplify project management and avoid possible confusion when setting up parameter values. Please note the following steps have already been taken in the TryhackMe attacks box, so you will only need to do this if you are using Kali or have installed Metasploit yourself, which we will be. You will first need to start PostgreSQL server database, which Metasploit will use with the following command: systemctl start PostgreSQL. So basically, systemctl is a command for Linux, not Metasploit, but it actually is saying, "Hey system, start this service." Very useful, and this is actually used when, let's say, if you are those apps that open as soon as you start your computer. That's what this does in backend. So we have our PostgreSQL ring. You won't see it, but if I go system ctl, I think show system ctl. So here we have all the processes. This is actively running. I want to see where do I have. So you see, so many of them are running. In a system, there are thousands of them. So this is normal. What I want to check if there is a way. Okay. Help. List path sockets is active status PostgreSQL. Show and then pattern. Show properties of one or more. Okay. So show Postgres. SQL. Nope. Status. Okay. I can try that. PostgreSQL service, right? Loaded. It's active. Started, finished. Okay. So if I go again, it's basically running. That's all I can tell you. And we'll see in a bit if you don't believe me. You will say, then you will need to initialize Metasploit database using Metasploit database init, just like get init command. However, trying to run msfd b init as root will give you the following error message. Please run msdb as non-root. This can be solved by running Postgres account using sudo -u. Okay, Postgres msfdb init. So let's see. db init sudo -u. What was the command? Sudo -u Postgres. Okay. That's what I did. So I think I'm making some mistake. What am I making as a mistake? The internal terminal below shows the example output. As mentioned, the steps below have already been taken to perform an attack box. However, if you are interested in repeating, you will have to delete existing database first. Okay. Close this guy. If I run this, then there is sudo -u must be run as root. I am running it as root. Try msdb. What am I missing? I think I lost. This one is done. Non-root user. I'm I'm kind of don't understand why this error is basically opposite of what is said in the system for us. Running database. Okay. Let's see the Reddit. What the guy. So in the Metasploit room, the first thing to do is use MSDB init to initialize the database. But this is the output. Run as non-user. Currently, I'm logged in as root. I never got a clear answer on how to fix it, but what the cause is or what the DB is for specifically. But more skilled guys in the Discord explained that they either never use it or this is already initialized. Offsec says it is used for persisting large databases in workspace primarily, aka save your scans and discovered info to a database. You can still dump the remote database without the steps and get flags. Okay. -u user. I wish Bandit was here today. What can I do? Can I do? Okay, so this works. Interesting. Let's go to the next step. Bases. MS FDB net. Okay, running the init command for the database. DB status. Let's see what my DB status will come as. Okay, it worked, interestingly, for this case. The database feature will allow you to create workspace to isolate different projects. When first launched, you should be in the default workspace. You can list available workspaces using workspace command. Okay, so we have default one. You can add a workspace using -a parameter or delete one using -d parameter. The screenshot below shows those things, right? We created TryhackMe, right? Workspace. So workspace is default and *1 shows our current one. You will also notice that the new database name is printed in red, starting with star symbol. Okay. Workspace as default. So when we do that, okay, so that database is selected. Got it. You can also use workspace-h command to list available options for the workspace command. Workspace-h for help, show the help options, rename, delete all, delete workspace, add, switch verbosely. So -e, different from regular Metasploit usage. Once Metasploit is launched with the database, the help command, you will show the database backend commands menu. So there's analyze, db connect, disconnect, export, import, nmap, rebuild, remove, save, status. Okay. There's a bunch. If you run nmap scan using db nmap shown below, all the results will be saved to the database. That's it. Very good for me. You can also reach you can now reach information relevant to the host and services running on the target system with the host and service command respectively. So hosts, we have these, services, we have these. Help you become more familiar with the available options. Stay stored in the database. You can use host -r to add its value to the RS host. Example they give. You will use the we will use the vulnerability scanning. This is eternal blue, I believe. Our host show options to check all the values are signed. In this example is the IP address we have scanned. So once all the parameters are set, we can launch the exploit using run or exploit. So first the nmap ran, set it up all the information, and then they using eternal blue with all the information and stuff. Then one host saved, all the IP address will be used when the host -r command is used in a typical penetration testing engagement. We could have the following scenarios. More than one host saved, all IP addresses will be used with the host -r command. Finding available hosts using db nmap. Scanning these for further vulnerabilities or open ports using a port scanning module. The services command used with the -s parameter will allow you to search for specific services in the environment. -s parameter will allow you to search for specific services in the environment. NetBIOS. Okay. For low hanging fruit such as actually this. Let's use Metasploit. So basically this is for reading wholly. So we completed task 1, 2, 3. What are we doing in this? Okay, at least with task 4 there is some exploit we have. And this will be like, I believe, the last task for the day. Let's see. Metasploit allows you to quickly identify some critical vulnerabilities that could be considered as low hanging fruit. The term low hanging fruit usually refers to easily identifiable and exploitable vulnerabilities that could potentially allow you to gain a foothold on the system and, in some cases, gain high level privileges such as root or admin. Finding vulnerabilities using Metasploit will rely heavily on your ability to scan and fingerprint the target. The better you are at these stages, the more options Metasploit can provide you. For example, if you identify a VNC server running on the target, you may use search function to list successful modules. The result will contain payload and post modules. At this stage, these results are not very useful as we have not discovered a potential exploit to use just yet. However, in this case, VNC, there are several scanners modules that can be used. So we have, with VNC, we have like rroot1, VNC login, none auth, so without any authentication, and some of those connections are open. You can use info command for any module to have a better understanding of this use and purpose. So info, login, Metasploit, normal. Provided by these basic options are these. This module will test a VNC server or range of machines and report successful logins. Currently, it supports RFB protocol version 3.3 using this. Okay. As you can see, VNC login module can help us find login details of VNC. Okay. Who wrote the module that allow us to check SMT servers on one relay. Okay, so if we just do the search, SMB, SMB, what exactly was it? SMB relay. Okay. SMB relay. Even with SMB relay, I think it should be the first one. Use one, and then we do info. We get provided by bunch of these guys. One, two, three, four, five, six. So somebody with the last name. Not this one, I believe then. Okay, there is SAP 1 to use info 13. Can I do that? Name. Okay, this is the one. No. Okay. My bad. Maybe nom and mon key. Come on, why you got? Nope. Not this one. We need to go SMB relay. Info on one. What does it that give me? It gives me 4 names, right? Last, there should be one with 6, I guess. Search use info, but oh, SMTP, not SMB, my bad. Okay, we have this, so info 0. There we go. Campbell Murray. Awesome. So let's see what we have for tomorrow. But I have like certain things to do cover today. Well, Thursday actually. Thursday we can cover all this information. And then we have MSF Venom, which will be amazing. And I'm going to search what will be the perfect time to stream. So I can have like more visibility and stuff. But yeah. Okay. But yeah, I guess that's all for today, lads. Module 2, task 1 to 4. Sorry, I have to go today. Week is super busy. Excuse me. Week has been super busy. But let me know what you guys want. And then at night, I will be coming doing some lead code. So I can learn some Either I will be doing lead code or AI, one of the two things every night. So during the evening, hacking, nighttime, lead code and stuff. So let's see how things go. But yeah, till then, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. And all the messages on Discord. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day and see you tonight. Have a good one. Bye.